What if the most powerful secrets about extraterrestrial life aren't hidden in Area 51, but beneath the holiest ground on Earth? For decades, the Vatican has kept silent. But why? Beneath the sacred floors of St. Peter's Basilica, buried deep under marble and mystery, lies the largest secret archive in the world. This isn't just a library of dusty papal documents or ancient theological records. No. Inside are astonishing reports and detailed artifacts, evidence of encounters with beings from beyond the stars. For hundreds of years, the Church has documented sightings of flying objects, cosmic anomalies, and possible contact with intelligent extraterrestrial life. Some high-ranking clergy didn't hide their beliefs. Monsignor Corrado Balducci, a Vatican theologian, spoke openly, not with fear, not with condemnation, but with conviction. He insisted that UFOs are not demonic illusions, as often claimed, but may represent intelligent life forms, worthy of our attention and respect. Now, with the arrival of Pope Leo XIV, a bold and curious leader, many are wondering, could he be the one to finally break this centuries-long silence? But before we dive into that mystery, a heartfelt welcome to my channel. I'm Silvia Soyodoro, spiritual medium, healer, and Vedic astrologer. Every week I share energetic updates, insights, and guidance to help you align with your higher self. If you'd like to stay connected, you're welcome to sign up for my newsletter. The link is just below this video. Now, let me take you back to a question that has haunted humanity for centuries. What if we are not alone? And more importantly, what if the Church has known the truth all along? While many see the Vatican as purely a religious institution, few realize that it also houses one of the world's oldest astronomical observatories, the Spicola Vaticana. Since the 16th century, the Church has been gazing at the stars, observing the cosmos with a scientific eye. But why? Even today, Vatican astronomers operate high-powered telescopes, including one in Arizona, far from Europe's city lights, to observe the universe in greater clarity. But again, why has the Church been watching the skies for so long? Could it be that the ultimate questions, who are we? Where did we come from? Don't end at the Earth's edge? Could the Church be seeking answers that stretch far beyond Genesis, Adam and Eve, or Earth as the sole cradle of life? Imagine the implications. If intelligent beings exist elsewhere in the cosmos, how does that change our understanding of God? Is humanity still the pinnacle of creation? Or are we just one expression in a vast divine design? To some within religious circles, this idea feels like a threat. It challenges long-standing beliefs, traditions, and sacred texts. But others, even those inside the Church, see it differently. They believe it wouldn't destroy faith. It would expand it. It would elevate our understanding of what creation truly means. And this brings us back to Pope Leo XIV. As eyes turn to him, the question arises, how will he respond? Will he speak openly? Will he dare to reveal what the Vatican archives have kept in the shadows? One thing is becoming increasingly clear to many who are waking up spiritually. If there are other life forms, other intelligences, wouldn't they, too, be part of the divine plan? Why assume that God's creation ends with us? The Vatican's silence might seem passive, but in truth, their consistent research and observations speak volumes. Something bigger is happening, something far beyond what we're being told. Over the decades, more than one church official has broken ranks to speak publicly, not with fear, but with profound openness. One of the most notable voices, was Monsignor Corrado Balducci. As a respected member of the Congregation for the Doctrine of the Faith, he boldly declared that many UFO sightings are legitimate and should be studied, not dismissed. He believed they should be approached not with religious fear, but scientific curiosity. In one interview, he said, "There are extraterrestrials with bodies like ours, traveling in crafts. I use the term in the broadest sense. These beings are inside the vehicles." Balducci was considered a rebel within Vatican circles, a man brave enough to voice what others whispered behind closed doors. His words drew global attention, yet the Vatican offered no official response. Silence. No denial. No confirmation. Another lesser-known, but equally significant figure is Father Francis Tiso. As we uncovered earlier, figures like Monsignor Balducci and Father Tiso bravely spoke out, hinting at a deeper truth buried within the Vatican's most secret chambers. But they weren't the only ones pulling back the veil. Another compelling voice in this unfolding mystery is Father Francis Tiso, an interfaith scholar and spiritual researcher who delved deeply into the gray zones of human experience. He didn't stop at theology. His work explored near-death experiences, altered states of consciousness, and other mystical phenomena that defy conventional understanding. What set him apart was his open-minded approach. He never claimed to have all the answers. Instead, he asked the deeper questions, searching beyond doctrine and definitions to uncover what lies beneath the surface of belief. And then there's Dr. Michael Hessemann, a respected German historian and Vatican expert. Hessemann was not a fringe theorist. He was granted official access to parts of the Vatican archive, a privilege few ever receive. He focused his research on historical religious miracles, Marian apparitions, and, perhaps most controversially, the possible connection between these ancient stories and early accounts of UFO sightings. His theory? Many of the so-called miracles described in ancient manuscripts or depicted in Renaissance paintings may not have been supernatural in the traditional sense, but misinterpreted encounters with extraterrestrial beings, filtered through the language and imagination of a pre-scientific world. With all these credible voices coming forward, the same question keeps echoing louder and louder. What exactly is hidden in the most restricted areas of the Vatican's secret archive? And why is the Church still silent? Could it be because the truth, if fully revealed, would not just challenge religious doctrine, but shake the foundations of our global understanding, politics, history, science, and belief systems alike? And maybe, just maybe, the time for secrecy is running out. Let's go back to the year 1933, before World War II officially began. According to several independent sources and leaked documents, something extraordinary happened in northern Italy. A UFO crash. The strange object was said to have been quickly recovered by Mussolini's fascist regime, who kept it hidden from the public. A covert military task force was reportedly created to examine the craft, a vehicle unlike anything seen before. But here's where the story takes a startling turn. In 2023, U.S. intelligence whistleblower David Grush testified under oath before the U.S. Congress. In his sworn statement, he revealed that the Vatican had been informed of the 1933 crash and was even involved. Grush claimed that Pope Pius XI reached out to the United States through diplomatic channels. Why? Because he feared what Mussolini might do if he gained access to advanced, otherworldly technology. It sounds like the plot of a Cold War thriller, but Grush didn't make these claims lightly. He did so while under legal oath, fully aware of the consequences of false testimony. Interestingly, this aligns with long-held theories by researchers like Hesseman, who have suggested that the Vatican may have played a quiet but crucial role in early international efforts to track and manage UFO-related information, well before the term UFO even entered the public lexicon. And yet, not a single official document from the Vatican has ever confirmed or denied these claims. Once again, the silence is deafening. So what is truly going on inside the Vatican Apostolic Archive, formerly known as the Vatican Secret Archive? This archive is no ordinary library. It's housed within a highly restricted wing of the Apostolic Palace, a sealed, climate-controlled, and heavily surveilled vault. Inside are more than 50 kilometers of shelving and over 35,000 volumes, some dating back over 1,000 years. But here's something very few people know. Beyond the historical documents lies a hidden section, one that houses not texts, but physical artifacts, objects that defy categorization. We're talking about massive, locked storage systems, described by some as resembling small garages or enormous cabinets. According to Emery Smith, a former biomedical technician involved in classified U.S. military projects, he was granted access to this area, under extreme security. In interviews on Gaia, Smith described encountering artifacts that didn't match anything known to classical religion. These weren't relics of saints or pieces of ancient scrolls. He claimed they were technological objects, clearly not from this era, and perhaps not from this world. As a psychic medium, I've also tapped into the energy of these spaces, and whether you believe in intuitive insight or not, what I perceive matches what whistleblowers have described. There are materials that don't occur naturally on Earth, along with symbols and devices that operate on frequencies far beyond modern science. Instruments still functional, yet completely beyond our current understanding. This leads us to a more unsettling idea. The Vatican isn't acting alone. Parts of the Church are said to be working closely with international intelligence networks, some of which function outside traditional governmental oversight. These shadowy agencies are not accountable to any public institution, and their influence stretches far beyond borders. So the deeper question becomes, what exactly is being hidden? And why are global powers so determined to keep it buried? We've journeyed deep into the hidden chambers beneath the Vatican, explored ancient archives, cosmic mysteries, and powerful whispers of truth. But the most astounding secrets? Those may not be written in books, but stored in something far more tangible. Hidden within a sealed and restricted hall, far from public reach, are not just documents, but objects. Strange, powerful, otherworldly artifacts. Here, inside this clandestine space, individuals work in full-body white suits, the kind you'd see in ultra-secure laboratories or sterile surgical theaters. But these aren't ordinary scientists handling lab samples. They're managing something far more enigmatic. Many of the items stored here are mystical, magical, and often extraterrestrial in nature. Some are believed to be connected to higher dimensions of consciousness, frequencies beyond the range of our current understanding. These pieces are not touched casually. They're handled using special gloves, instruments, or, in some cases, not at all. Why? Because some of these objects don't respond to tools or machines. They respond to consciousness itself. They activate only in the presence of specific vibrational frequencies, the kind carried by certain beings. And yes, we are speaking clearly and directly about extraterrestrial intelligences. These artifacts hold undeniable evidence, proof that intelligent life beyond Earth exists, or once walked among us. Some pieces are believed to be from ancient civilizations like Atlantis or Egypt, societies that may have had direct contact with star beings long before modern history began. Within these relics is hidden knowledge, information that could rewrite our understanding of human origin, of divine creation, and of our place within the universe. Even more, some items may contain insights into free energy, advanced healing, and technologies far beyond what we know today. So the question stands, why is this being kept from humanity? I leave that question open, intentionally. Because maybe, just maybe, the time for secrecy is over. Not because the systems of power are ready to reveal it, but because we are. Because something has shifted. We, as a collective, have crossed a threshold, a spiritual and energetic tipping point. And once that happens, certain truths can no longer be hidden. They begin to surface from within us, through dreams, intuition, memories, synchronicities. They begin to wake us up, and there is hope. Surprisingly, that hope may come from within the Church itself, through Pope Leo XIV. This new figurehead at the Vatican is not just a religious leader. He's seen as open-hearted, thoughtful, and most importantly, ready for dialogue. In his very first public addresses, he hinted that the Church must no longer avoid the big questions, that the time has come to re-examine what's been hidden through a new lens of awareness. Could he be the one to open the door to real disclosure? He may allow us to finally learn the truth about our origins, our connection to the stars, and the presence of other realms of consciousness. He may be the first leader of the Church brave enough to face this truth, not with fear, but with reverence. The Vatican holds a secret, a truth. Life is not limited to Earth, and perhaps, just perhaps, Pope Leo is the one who has come to help humanity receive it. In fact, this cosmic alignment is no accident. Pope Leo was born just before a new moon, and in his Vedic birth chart, both the sun and moon are in the sign of Leo. His chosen papal name, Leo, is not just symbolic, it's archetypal. It's part of his soul mission. And as of his inauguration, a powerful shift occurred in the heavens. Ketu, the south node of the moon, entered Leo. In Vedic astrology, Ketu brings revelation through reconnection, a return to our origins, not just on Earth, but throughout time and space. This is no coincidence. It's a cosmic signal. He was born to become the Pope of disclosure. When first contact with extraterrestrial intelligence becomes public, and it will within the next 2 years, he will play a central role in this orchestrated unfolding, a moment written into the very structure of our matrix. It is time to bring this awareness back to the people, and he has been born to do just that. And now, the moment has arrived. Thank you so much for being here, for watching, and for opening your heart to these powerful truths. Please share this video with those you love, those who are ready, and even those who are just beginning to awaken. Leave your thoughts, questions, or insights in the comments below. I read every single one. And remember, I love you. You are part of something so much bigger than you've ever imagined. And together, we are waking up to it, step by step, soul by soul.